moving on. Now, Barchetta, I always like to find the reservoir. Need a lot of space to dodge all his grenades. Has 45 in total, if I'm not mistaken. 2, 3, 4... And their hitbox is absurd. Not really any hope of getting freaking close range. Like I said before there was the Motherwell, there was this guy. I'm like halfway convinced that's actually what inspired that. And he's super predictable with his shots too, so like even if you switch at the last second, he may still get you. Like, the two ways of getting him really are just either to be directly behind him, but he's got a really good turn radius, or to be super far away. Or anything other than that, he's just going to keep switching out different grenade launchers and getting you with them. He actually stops and does this whole little dance with them. It's kind of funny that they actually programmed that in. Like, he'll just stop and flip his different cannons on and off. A little phallic sideshow. Nope. I just ran straight into that one. I'm actually a little curious how they made him so predictive. Is it over? I actually stopped counting. Sometimes he does just plain stop firing for a little while to see if you don't get close and actually attack. It's time for some mine hit and runs. And one of the problems with the reservoir is this is one of those places where the mines will not stick, so they're only useful as a projectile weapon. With all of his hopping up and down, he's pretty tricky to hit with the blade. Thought I predicted it right. Okay, so he should just be there for the taking now. Yep, simple enough. Man, first time through the game, this guy was such a brick wall to get through. I mean, he's basically the here, just go ahead and dodge this entire zip code tutorial. How this guy beat him, I have no idea. Because he's pretty flimsy, like, I can't imagine he took more than maybe 3 or 4 shots. He just overheated and collapsed. And even bum rushing with a bazooka, I actually tried that once. Didn't work out. So that must have been one extremely lucky time. Not gonna bother with the rocket punch with him either. He just spams his bazooka. I mean, most of the time he really does not have the ammunition to actually beat you in any way. And I don't think he bothers to use his EOs at all. And as you saw there, he's pretty dang flimsy. And unlike other ones that are kind of glass cannon builds, not really too concerned about this guy, because he just can't actually last. More of a kind of a glass knife than a glass cannon. I mean, he might cut you a little bit if you get close, and it might sting, but... well, let's be honest, it'll probably break after that. Like, if he used all four, maybe, just kind of got really close and just kind of shotgun blasted you with the four-shot version of those arms, sure, that, you know, that could be a scary thing. There we go. Dark Souls boss mode engaged. Let me wind up for half an hour and hit you with this thing. Definitely equally frustrated at how this whole thing always seems to miss half a second later. Like, I tried to do, you know, very slightly earlier, very slightly later. It's, I don't know, it's just something about it is always a little bit off. And I know, I should just go for the mines, just finish him, but I really want to get him with a blade, like that. It's just, the timing is so funky on this thing. It's like, mentally, you can't get a grasp on it, however messed up that sounds. Yeah, so... yeah. Sure. He does get a rocket punch. So he's got 160 rockets. There's really no point in trying to run him out of those things. But this is around the point where the AI gets good enough, you can start doing those little sideways shots. Like where you kind of engage the blade, go forward, or rather start going forward, and then just kind of skip backwards. And you can kind of just edge them really slightly. It does glance a lot, but it is a good way to get consistent hits every now and then. They're trying to circle around to the left of you in that case. I don't know. I've had some luck with it as a predicting shot. Yeah, the AI is really no better at using these stupid things. Just spam and pray. They're not so different, you and I. I mean, he's got mines instead of rockets. And I'm not bothering with a shield yet. What I'm gonna do later, I actually am sticking to this core in the hopes of figuring out this rocket punch thing and making good use of it. If I don't, I'm just gonna switch to the Orca and make use of energy shields a bit more. Because if you got a good generator and you get the optional part for them, you'll have a much easier time. You're not thinking this through, man. I'm actually not a huge fan of OB. Nothing against doctors. I just personally prefer having all those extra stat upgrades from all the slots. Having everything run better. Prefer to be able to just tank and kind of... well... that's different. Cat decided to jump on the cord and kind of pull my head sideways. No, get off my lap. Or cord, rather. I'm trying to jump on my lap. And his idea of jumping on the lap is trying to climb up the cord. So his build is not terrible for a run if you want to go for it. It's just, it'll really be only the rockets. Blade isn't useful enough. This guy's an interesting challenge. And he's definitely more arena-based. Nope. He's pretty accurate with the flamethrower. Rockets, not so much. His plasma gun's pretty threatening, though. By rockets, I mean missiles. Yeah, he actually has napalm rockets, too, but... yeah, he just kind of spammed them. Like it says in his description, his biggest threat is his overheat. But he does spend a lot of time turning and adjusting so that he can use that thing right, so he does end up standing still and turning a lot. He just kind of stops and goes, and it gives plenty of opening for stabs. Not where I thought you'd be, but okay. It's actually kind of sad, because with the flamethrower, with a lot of later guys, there's just no point to the thing. They can just cool down faster than you can burn them. I actually noticed later on that I think it was Kaiser that I was thinking of that was immune to the napalm rockets. He actually wasn't immune to that, but the flamethrower. Because you had to really lay on him for a while for that thing to take any effect. She's getting this one. Has a missile spam that's pretty bad, has a pistol that's pretty bad. A couple shots from the blade will do her in. A very good build, though. I like it. It's a very practical one. Just 1 second.